welcome on board the Figaro. I'm going to give you a little tour. So here you're sort of in the main area. We just came from the deck, and then this is the nav station where I do all my navigation. Computer's plugged in here, and we do all our weather, our routing, just see where we are on the charts, and then keep an eye on the other competitors with AIS. That's something we do spend a bit of time doing in this racing. And then here I've got a sort of a touchscreen that goes on deck, and it's exactly the same as what I've got on my nav laptop, so it's really nice because you don't always have to be running back and forth upstairs, downstairs, especially if you're short tacking. And then the rest of that is VHF, GPS, all our instruments, nav instruments, wind data comes back from here, and speed. And then that's also the sort of the control for the autopilot. And I also wear a remote control on my wrist, and that's for adjusting all the pilot and sending the pilot while I'm sailing. We have a really beautiful kitchen, which is here. So it consists of hot water boiling. This is all the food for leg one of the Solitaire, which we'll pack in the bag soon. And yeah, I just heat a mixture of freeze-dry food and then sort of pre-prepared meals that I just have to reheat. They're like sort of vacuumed, sealed, and then it's quite nice to have a bit of a change from freeze-dried every now and then. But you have to have a minimum of, usually between all the boats, 45 to 55 kilo of safety equipment, depending on how much you optimize the weight of those. But it's a compulsory item you have to have on board, and then the rest can be your water. We can take 15 litre of water on board. So we've got some of it here getting ready. Because we can only take 15 litres, it's usually not enough for a 570 mile leg that we're about to do. So we put some water in this big container, and we can't stack that one. It's sealed in place, so we have to like sort of take a little thing and then get the water out, fill the bottles again. It's not the most practical thing in the world, but it's the way the class rules are written. And here is the rest of the stackable weight. It's all in here in 3 bags, and then I've got 1 extra bag, which is my sort of personal gear. And yeah, it's quite easy to stack. We'll stack on those benches when we upwind, medium air, and then we can go all the way forward of the mast bulkhead if it's really light, or all the way at the back, downwind in heavy weather. And here are the water ballasts, so it's 200 litre each side, and it takes about 8 seconds to transfer because the pipes are there, they're pretty massive. So filling it is about 8 minutes, but transferring is about 8 seconds, so it's pretty fast. So yeah, I sleep here. It's actually really comfortable, surprisingly enough. And I have alarms, so either I'll use a little sort of BP alarm clock, but I also have alarms on my navigation software on Adrena, and if none of those ring during the time I've allocated for a nap, then I'll be waking up by the just normal end of the time, so about 15 minutes or something. I have some little secrets on the boat, very light secrets. They're a little bit hidden, so here, this is it's not the New Zealand flag, but it's the silver fern, which is one of the symbol of New Zealand. So I keep it close to me. Spend more time there in the last 10 years than I have in France, and it's sort of become almost my first home. I got some performance things here, and then some stuff I leave on here, just to remember to, stay focused. Remind yourself when it gets a bit tough to, stay focused and stuff.